Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we are truly alone? For centuries, strange lights and unidentified objects have been reported, fueling one of humanity's greatest mysteries. Are we being visited? Today, we are diving deep into the 10 most compelling UFO sightings in history, from bizarre encounters to events that have baffled scientists and military personnel for decades. So, strap in as we explore the unexplained. Our journey begins in the dense woods of England. The year is 1980, and we are at Rendlesham Forest, right next to two US Air Force bases. Late one December night, military personnel on patrol spot strange lights descending into the forest. Thinking a plane has crashed, they rush to investigate. What they find is not a plane. They describe a glowing, metallic, triangular craft hovering just above the ground. The air crackles with static electricity. The next day, Deputy Base Commander Lieutenant Colonel Charles Holt leads his own team to the site. They find impressions on the ground and elevated radiation levels. Suddenly, a bright red light appears, pulsing and moving through the trees. It shoots beams of light down to the ground and even into the base's weapons storage area. The entire event is documented on Holt's personal audio recorder, a chilling testament to one of the most well-documented UFO cases in British history, often called Britain's Roswell. Let's rewind the clock way back to 1897, to the small town of Aurora, Texas. Long before the age of airplanes, a local newspaper reported something truly extraordinary. A mysterious, slow-moving airship, seen by townspeople for weeks, suddenly malfunctioned and crashed into a windmill on a local judge's property. The debris was scattered, and according to the report, the pilot's body was recovered. The description: not of this world. The townsfolk were said to have given the being a Christian burial in the local cemetery. While many have since dismissed the story as a hoax, the tale of the Aurora crash persists, a strange and early piece of American UFO lore. Was it just a tall tale to put a small town on the map, or did something truly otherworldly happen in Texas over a century ago? Now we jump to 1947, a pivotal year that would forever change our vocabulary. Private pilot Kenneth Arnold was flying his plane near Mount Rainier in Washington when he saw a flash of light. He then witnessed 9 incredibly fast objects flying in formation. He described their movement as being like a saucer skipping across water. When he reported his sighting, a journalist coined the term flying saucers, and a global phenomenon was born. Arnold was a respected businessman and an experienced pilot, making his account difficult to dismiss. His sighting kicked off the modern UFO era, leading to a wave of similar reports across the United States. The objects he saw were estimated to be traveling at an astonishing 1,700 miles per hour, a speed unheard of for any known aircraft at the time. Arnold's clear, detailed account set the stage for decades of skywatching to come. Next, we travel to the desolate Ural Mountains in Russia for one of the most chilling and mysterious events on our list, the Dyatlov Pass incident of 1959. 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition and never returned. When search parties found their campsite, they discovered a scene of pure terror. The hikers' tent was cut open from the inside, and their belongings were left behind. The bodies were found scattered across the snowy landscape, some with severe internal injuries but no external signs of trauma. What could have caused these seasoned hikers to flee their tent in sub-zero temperatures without proper clothing? While theories range from an avalanche to secret military tests, one detail stands out. Other hikers and locals in the region reported seeing strange orange spheres or lights in the sky around the same time the group perished. Could a close encounter with something unknown have led to their tragic and bizarre deaths? The mystery remains unsolved to this day. Let's head down under to Australia in 1966 for the Westall encounter. It was a normal morning at Westall High School near Melbourne when students and teachers saw something they would never forget. A grey, saucer-shaped object was seen hovering in the sky before descending into a nearby grassy field known as the Grange. Over 200 witnesses, mostly students, rushed out to see it. They described the craft taking off at incredible speed, leaving a large, circular, flattened patch of grass behind. The event caused a local frenzy. However, witnesses reported being told by authorities, including men in dark suits, to never speak of what they saw. Official records seemed to vanish, and the story was largely suppressed. But for the hundreds of people who were there, the memory of the day a UFO landed near their school is as clear as ever. Our next stop is Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana, 1967, during the height of the Cold War. This incident isn't just a sighting, it's a direct interaction with some of America's most sensitive military hardware. Security personnel at a launch control facility for Minuteman nuclear missiles reported seeing a bright, red, glowing UFO hovering outside the front gate. As they watched, something incredible happened. One by one, the 10 nuclear missiles they were guarding went offline. They became no-go, completely inoperable. Panic ensued as they scrambled to figure out what was happening. Similar events were reported at another missile site nearby. Several Air Force veterans have since come forward, breaking their silence to confirm the story. They believe an extraterrestrial intelligence was sending a message, demonstrating their ability to disable our most powerful weapons. Let's travel back to 1952, to the small town of Flatwoods, West Virginia. After a group of boys saw a bright object streak across the sky and land on a nearby hill, they ran to get one of their mothers, Kathleen May. Along with a local National Guardsman, the group headed up the hill to investigate. As they neared the top, they saw a pulsating ball of light and smelled a pungent, metallic odor. Then, in the beam of their flashlight, they saw it. A towering figure, at least 10 feet tall, with a glowing red face and a spade-shaped head. Its body seemed to be a dark, pleated green material. The creature hissed and glided towards them. Terrified, the group fled down the hill. Several of them were sick for days afterwards, which they attributed to the strange mist emitted by the creature. The Flatwoods monster, as it came to be known, was never seen again, but its terrifying image is forever etched in the annals of UFO and cryptid lore. In 1948, just 1 year after Kenneth Arnold's famous sighting, we have the Chillis-Whitted encounter. Clarence Chillis and John Whitted were experienced pilots flying an Eastern Airlines passenger plane from Houston to Atlanta. As they flew over Montgomery, Alabama, at 2:30 a.m., they were startled by a bright light dead ahead. A huge, wingless, rocket-like craft zoomed past them at incredible speed. They described it as having a double row of windows from which an intense, brilliant light was glowing. It even had a 50-foot trail of orange-red fire shooting from its rear. It was so close that the passenger plane was rocked by turbulence in its wake. One of the passengers also caught a glimpse of the object as it streaked by. The pilot's detailed and professional report to the Air Force made this one of the most credible early UFO cases, leaving investigators stumped. Now we go to Virginia, Brazil, in 1996. This case is often called Brazil's Roswell and involves not just a UFO crash but alleged encounters with its living occupants. The story begins when the Brazilian military reportedly tracked an object and saw it crash. Soon after, reports flooded in from locals who had seen strange, small, brown-skinned creatures with large red eyes. Two sisters famously claimed to have seen one of the creatures huddled by a wall, looking scared or injured. The military allegedly swept in, capturing at least 2 of the beings and recovering the crashed craft. There were even reports of a military officer who died from a mysterious infection after handling one of the creatures. The Brazilian government has officially denied everything, but dozens of witnesses, including military personnel, have stuck to their stories, making the Virginia incident one of the most complex and fascinating UFO cases of the modern era. Finally, we arrive at the incident that has brought UFOs back into the mainstream conversation, the 2004 Tic Tac UFO. US Navy pilots from the USS Nimitz carrier group were on a training exercise off the coast of San Diego when they were vectored to investigate strange objects that had been tracked on radar for weeks. What Commander David Fravor and his wingmen encountered was a smooth, white, oblong object with no wings, no rotors, and no visible propulsion. It looked like a giant Tic Tac. The object darted around erratically, hovering over a disturbance on the water's surface before mirroring the pilot's movements and then accelerating away at a speed that defied all known physics. The encounter was captured on advanced infrared camera systems, and the footage was declassified and released by the Pentagon, confirming that the US military has been encountering unidentified aerial phenomena that outperform our best technology. From strange lights in the forest to objects that can disable nuclear weapons and Tic Tacs that outmaneuver our fastest jets, these 10 accounts are just the tip of the iceberg. They challenge our understanding of the world and our place in the cosmos. While skeptics offer explanations for each, the sheer volume of credible witnesses, from military commanders to everyday citizens, makes you wonder, could we be on the verge of discovering that we are not alone? The truth, as they say, is out there. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into the world's greatest mysteries.